I'm currently standing in a vacant, rent-stabilized apartment that's been empty since 2021. And that's while New York City is undergoing a housing shortage. And the worst part is, it's estimated there are 50,000 other apartments just like this one sitting completely empty. The reason apartments like this are empty is because of a 2019 rent control law that prevented how much building owners could raise the rent on rent-stabilized apartments. And it's a well-meaning law. They thought it would protect renters. But what's really happened is it's taken away the incentive for building owners to upgrade these apartments because there's no way for them to make their money back. For example, if you put $100,000 into bringing this apartment up to code, the absolute max amount you could raise the rent is $347 a month. And the last tenant in this two-bedroom Upper West Side apartment was only paying $1,160 a month. Well below
$1,160 a month. I'll give you perspective. For a one-bedroom apartment in the city of Atlanta right now, in the city, you're talking about $1,200 a month. That's a one-bedroom, okay? These guys, and we're not even talking about real estate that's as valuable as New York real estate. New York real estate is some of the most valuable real estate in the world, okay? In the world, definitely in the country. To have a two-bedroom apartment at $1,100, where the average income over there is roughly, I think it's like 500 to about 800, I think it is, 800,000. It's insane. It's insane. And the owner can't raise the rent but $347 every year. This is why your money needs to move from out of New York, and you need to bring it down to Atlanta. Matter of fact, message me, DM me, follow me, join the Patreon. Let's talk about how we can take your money out of New York and bring it down to Atlanta so you can take advantage of some of these better buys, way better buys, way better buys, better cash flow, better cap rates. This is just how it is.
The market rate of $4,500 a month. Meanwhile, its estimated operating costs of an apartment like this start at $1,500 a month, and then there's the mortgage. So once you do the math, it's not hard to realize that for landlords, it's really hard to put tens of thousands of dollars into an apartment like this and only be able to raise the rent marginally and then still be operating at a loss. So what do? Unfortunately, they just lock the door and leave the apartments empty. It's estimated that 2.5% of New York's rental housing stock is sitting empty because of this 2019 law. And for a city that's talking about affordability and bringing more rental units on the market, this is just such low-hanging fruit, because if this law didn't exist, we
automatically see right here that what Zohran Mamdani is promising in New York, it's not even possible for it to come through. When he's standing in front of a house in that commercial and talking about this owner didn't do this owner didn't do that, this is the reason why the owners don't do that and why you have these crazy, dilapidated buildings that are falling apart because they can't afford it. And they can't even give it to the city because the city can't afford to do it. And so he's lying.
these apartments renovated and back on the market within months. But as it stands right now, there's no incentive for landlords to do it. And so they're just sitting empty. A landlord who's dealing with a similar apartment like this wrote a piece today for the Free Press. You can read it at thefp.com.
Yep. That's insane. That's insane. And nobody wants to talk about it. It's not that owners don't want to fix their place. It's not that you got a bunch of slumlords, even though you do have a bunch of slumlords. I'm not going to say there's no slumlords. But the amount of slumlords that would actually want to put money into the property so it can actually grow in value. You're in the richest city in the freaking, almost in the country. The mecca of capitalism. This is why it won't work. But man, you got to see Zohran's the gift that keeps giving.